Now this is question number 5. So let me draw the image. So you have the x-axis and y-axis. Now you have this LMN and it is starting at 2 and moving on to 4. So 3 and 4. This point is 4. So this is L, this is M. N is at 5. So let me take this point as 5. Okay, LMN, and we are asked to write the coordinates of N. So this is the first question. Write the coordinates of N. So if you see, N is starting from 4 and along the y-axis reaching 5. So write that. So this will give you 1 mark. 4,5. Okay, more specific. Now the next part is stating as follows. It states that we are actually providing, or I would say, the reflection of triangle LMN in the y-axis. So you are actually reflecting this element on the y-axis. So the meaning of this is a solution. The reflection in the y-axis maps each of the x, y to negative x, y. So that means L is actually at 2 and you have a 2 there. L of 2, 2 will be mapped onto. So we are actually obtaining to get triangle FGH, right? So L is mapped onto f of negative 2, 2, right? So from here, this is negative 2. So this point is going to be my f. And the M of 4, 2 is mapped onto G of minus 4, 2. Right. So M is mapped onto, this is minus 4, 2. So this is going to give us G. Okay. G is minus 4, 2, and N of 4, 5 is mapped onto H of negative 4, 5. So this is the point H. So you draw the graph. This is going to be how it looks. Okay, so that's the solution for this question. Now this is the next question. It says that using vector notation, describe the transformation which maps triangle LMN to triangle PQR. Okay, so you have along this you have R. The point here is -1, and it goes all the way to Q, which is 4. So this is Q, this is R, and you have P there. So this is how the figure has been given. Okay, now we will have to describe this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the description. So first let me utilize the space here. So the map of triangle LMN to triangle PQR. So L of 2, 2 is mapped to P of 2, this is -4, right? 2, -4. So we are actually looking for the translation, right? So what would be the translation in this case? So the translation is going to be 2, 2, 0, 2, -4 is going to be -6. So next is the M of 4, 2 is mapped to Q of 4, -4, 4, -4. So the translation is going to be 0, 2 and -4 is going to be -6. So the next is N of 4, 5 is mapped to R of 4, -1. So the translation is 4, 4, 0, 5, -1 is -6. So in each of these cases the translation is 0, -6, 0, -6, 0, -6. So this is the solution for this question. So you have to write in all these things, and then a translation of 0, -6 acts on triangle LMN to produce triangle PQR. Okay. So for the next question we have to fill it up, so I will use the space here. So it starts like this. First, map triangle PQR onto triangle LMN by a translation parallel to y-axis, right? But we are along this axis with the vector. Now from top to bottom is 0, -6. From bottom to top it's going to be 0, +6. So remember this. +6, I'll write it as positive there. Then map triangle LMN, right, to triangle FGH. What happens here? Reflection takes place, right? By a reflection in y-axis. Okay, so from here to here you have to write. So that is the solution for this question. Now the next one states is, let me use the space here. The next one is stating why triangle PQR and the triangle FGH which are congruent. Okay, so the technical explanation is as follows. So translation, this is the idea, translation followed by reflection is isometry. This is a technical term, isometry. I use a space here. So what do you mean by this isometry? That means it preserves the length and angles. Okay, so why are they congruent? Because the angles and lengths are the same. Okay, so if you want, you can state it like this. Okay, that is, I'm writing here, PQ is equal to FG. PQ is equal to FG, and then QR is equal to GH, and then PR is equal to FH. Okay, if you see the figure, you will understand that this is the figure. Okay, QR is GH, PR is FH. So the triangles are congruent. Okay, so that completes the entire solution for this question, and we move on to the next one. Okay, so this is question number 9.